Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet.
This review is brought to you in part by Dean's Hobby Stop in Owasso, Michigan. Dean's has one of the Midwest's largest selections of used kits at great prices. They also feature new kits and supplies as well. Call Dean's to get their mail order list featuring hundreds of vintage kits, or check their website for great deals on both new and classic models. This review covers the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. It's a 1/24 scale kit from Minicraft, number 11225. Now I have to caution you that this kit is not 1/16 scale as it says on the box cover. It's 1/24 scale, and it's also a phantom kit, meaning it was never actually built by the manufacturer in this livery. Now, Rolls-Royce may have made yellow cars by special order, but I don't believe the wood side body treatment was offered on the Silver Cloud. Now, the Silver Cloud was a luxury automobile produced by Rolls-Royce Limited from 55 to 66, and it was the core of the Rolls-Royce range during that period. Now, this kit was first tooled around 1960 under Hubley, and then reboxed by a number of people, Revell, Minicraft, for quite a few different reboxings, until the final was done in 2013. This kit contains 35 pieces, molded in white and clear, with chrome parts, hard vinyl tires, metal axles, and water slide decals. It's an easy builder, and it's suitable for the first-time builder, or it can be a slump buster with great subject matter. When the kit is finished, it's about 3.5 inches wide, 9 inches long, and 3 inches tall. Yo, I think I hear Newt tapping on the glass divider there. He's our program manager, and he's got something to say about this one.
Wow, the silver color makes this model look totally different than the one in the box.
Well, that's absolutely true, Newt. In fact, the manufacturers themselves will only produce certain models in certain colors. Some colors just don't lend themselves to all the different models. So it works out the same way for model kits. Some look elegant and some look kind of cartoonish, depending on the finish that you put on them. And so here are the contents of the kit. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Most of the detail for the undercarriage and chassis and the interior are molded right in place, so those will have to be detailed separately. But it's an easy builder, like I said, and something that will go together quickly, but the subject matter is king in this business, and well, there's just not many Rolls-Royce models out there. So if you want one of these, you'll have to work on this one, but even by itself, it just makes a nice quick build. And so here are the decals. You can see that the register is pretty good. The color is kind of toned and muted compared to the box art. But you know, if you're daring and you want to make your Rolls-Royce into a Woody, well, there it is. They're made by Cartograph, so they're pretty good decals overall. After you clean up any sprue attachments, etc., a little bit of flash, then I went ahead and painted the parts with Steno Res black primer, and I used an airbrush, of course, but if you don't have one, you can actually paint this on by brush, and it levels out pretty nicely, kind of hiding the brush strokes. So I mixed up some Tamiya colors, a metallic gray and a chrome silver, and sprayed the Silver Cloud with that color. Several light coats to get a good even fill on it. And then I painted the body parts too, as well as license plate holders. Now, after the paint had dried, I used a chrome pen on the chrome details and some rubber black paint on the wiper blade. I decided to paint the interior tub Tamiya color buff, that's what it's called, to give it a light leather color. And the dash was painted brown for the rich wood interior color that you see in those cars, and the engine was given a coat of flat black. Now the floorboards were sprayed with some gray, and the pedals were painted a rubber black. I painted the steering wheel a semi-gloss black, and after those coats had dried, I painted the engine details with some flat aluminum and red-brown. Also, the decals were placed on the dash, and I picked out some of the details with a chrome pen and a flat aluminum with the wood grain, and it was added with some black enamel streaking to give it an effect. I added the chrome button to the steering wheel with a chrome pen, and the undercarriage was detailed with some flat aluminum and red brown. I gave the dashboard and the engine a coat of Pledge Floor Care to give it a little bit of gloss, and the engine being flat black, the finish after the gloss coat had been applied give it kind of a mottled effect, being from glassy in some spots to nearly flat in others, and it actually kind of looked like an engine would after a little while. Now what you see here is a grouping for step 1 of the instructions, but after seeing how the bumpers fit between the body and the frame, I decided to assemble the body last. And now in step 2, we assemble the interior, so glue the dash to the interior tub, and then glue the steering wheel to the dash, and be sure to remove some paint or plating from any parts that you're going to stick together. So you see here the parts for step 3. So first slide the engine tabs into the front inner fenders, and you'll have to bend the fenders apart a little bit to get the engine in, but then it'll stay in place. Now press the wheels through the vinyl tires and glue one tire assembly to the trunk floor, and then press the other 4 tire assemblies on the axles after sliding them through the holes in the frame. I set the interior on the frame for photos, but you don't actually glue the interior to that. Okay, now we'll go back to step 1 and glue in the front and rear glass. I used some clear part cement for that, and after it had dried, I test fit the side glass and found that it didn't really fit into the body well. It interfered with the interior tub and the front glass, so I left them off. The windows are down as we are rolling our rolls through the countryside. Now place the hood pieces on the body, align the front hood pins to the grill, and glue the grill into place there. And be sure not to get glue on the hood part so it'll open. Now glue in the fog lights, headlights, and hood ornament in front of the car. Remember to scrape that chrome when you want to something to stick. And now glue the taillights into the back and the rear light to the trunk. Slide the trunk hinges into the body and glue the interior into the body using the large attachment pins. Now glue the body assembly to the frame, and most of the attachment will be to the interior tub to the frame. Finally, glue in the front and rear bumpers. Now paint the fog lights clear yellow and the tail lights a clear red. Glue the license plate to the bumpers and touch up the chrome parts with a chrome pen. And I gave the grille a black wash, which is about 50-50 black paint and thinner, and as well as the hubcaps and the headlights and the Rolls-Royce emblems to bring out their detail. Finally, I coated the whole thing with some Pledge Floor Care to bring out the shine. And you see here the parts that I didn't use. There's 2 plastic axles, an antenna, some side glass which wouldn't fit, and decals of some kind, or a trophy or sales piece, whatever. Now, I know the decals would work fine, but I just couldn't use them. For the side glass, you may want to consider just using some plastic packaging material, a little celluloid that's nice and clear, and trying to glue that into place instead of the windows that came with the kit. So there you have it. And I know some of you might consider this kit not worth building, but after all, subject is king. And this grand old lady looks just terrific on the shelf, and it's different. You know, if you get tired of building those hot rods and funny cars, maybe this is a great little slump buster to remind you of the good old days and cars that just came off the assembly line and looked like this. So if I were you, I'd buy one and put it on my shelf. Well, we hope you liked this step-by-step model kit review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking on the icon in the lower right of any of our reviews, or you can find us on Facebook or our website, rightonreplicas.com. Thanks.